The case failed immediately without media. The federal investigators obtained the iCloud records of Lil Durk advising his associate in his alleged murder plot. He told him, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." Despite his warning, the associate booked the flights under a credit card linked to Lil Durk and OTF. This kind of reminds me of the Goodfellas scenes you're about to see right here. Check this out.
Hey, Jimmy, Lois, this is important. Now make sure you leave the house when you make the call. You understand me? You hear me? Call from an outside line. I mean it.
Jesus, you must think I'm dumb. What are you bugging me for? I know what to do.
Hey, little hick, just make sure you do it. I mean it. What does she do after she hangs up with me? After everything I told her, after all her yeah bullshit, she picks up the phone and calls from the house. Now, if anybody was listening, they'd know everything. They'd know that a package was leaving from my house, and they'd even have the time and the flight number thanks to her.
What's good with it, y'all? It's Coffee on the vid. Tapping back in, man. And that was Kinfolk Kia Shine, man. Y'all remember him, right? The whole dispute with Drake. Drake kind of jacked You the Best from Kia Shine. That was originally his track, man. And it was like a back and forth thing, but it was confirmed when Kia Shine got an award, when Drake won an award for the track, as well as the whole publishing, owning the track and all that. They gave Kia Shine his off top, the RIAA or whatever the fuck it's called, man. But side note, you see him busting it down here about this whole Lil Durk situation off top. I was saying, man, this ish seems real funny style, man. Like someone was snitching, and we seen all them reports coming in today about OTF Jam. I don't know that that's been flat out confirmed as actual factual, but it's looking like that's what it is. Like dude was wearing a wire, man, after he came home and Durk gifted him 50,000. Wow. Reportedly, he caught a gun case after not being home that long and got flipped by them peoples, by the feds. That's all allegedly, reportedly, but that's what it's really looking like, to put it bluntly. But something else that I was trying to break down when I was looking at the reports about this whole case, you guys see the TMZ's reporting on it, among other media outlets. They had the whole rental car-ish, the flights, everything, all tied to a credit card that was affiliated with the label. And I'm just like, what in the fuck is good with that? You know what I mean? Criminality 101. A lot of motherfuckers, when they travel out of town, they get rental cars, right? Because if anything ever comes back to the rental car, it's hard to tie anything to that, because 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,001 individuals could have used that car in the meantime. You know what I mean? And we're talking about physical evidence or different things like that being tied to the vehicle. The car done changed hands. Now, as far as GPS location, and if they can triangulate that and date that to certain times, that's another story. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day when it comes to the whole rental car thing or anything else that you're trying to do, move stealth, if the flights, the rental, everything is purchased by a card affiliated right with the individuals, you know what I'm saying, that are committing the crime. Like, that's crazy. These dudes carried out a straight, allegedly, murder, a body, right? And the person that put it all together, put everything in play, used a label credit card. Like, that is absolutely bonkers. And you see what Kinfolk Kia Shine, excuse me, y'all, I'm half in the bag, but I'm all the way on point, was talking about, man, just like that scene out of the classic Martin Scorsese film Goodfellas. He told her 1,000,000,000 times, do not make that call from the crib. Go to a payphone, because this is way before the blogosphere era. This is way before a smartphone or anything was thought about. If you had a car phone, you was baller blocking or something like that. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, she made the call from the crib, and you heard him. If anyone's listening, they know a package is coming. They know where it's coming from, where it's going to. They know the flight, all that, man. That stewardess was a dumbass. Y'all remember that other scene where she was tripping and flipping about she had to go get her lucky hat? He was like, listen, you dumb little hick, just go do what I said and make sure my brother stirs the sauce so it doesn't stick. And she ain't listen, man. And it's little things like that that can be the difference between someone getting away with something and getting knocked. You know, the devil is in the details. The devil is also in committing a murder as well. You know what I mean? But that's, I don't want to say besides the point, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about this dual federal indictments against OTF, multiple members for conspiracy to commit murder, in Lil Durk murder for hire. This is just so crazy. I just cannot get over the fact that Durk took his career to the point that he did. Keys to the city of Chicago, multiple keys, pushing positive music, all that, to be sitting here charged with a crime that could carry a life or a death sentence. Like, this is nuts, man. But that's why at the end of the day, and I'm not advocating for anyone to go out there and commit crimes or anything like that, but I'm just saying, if you got an important job to do, if there's something that it comes down to something so, I don't want to say minuscule, but a detail that's so important and you're worried that someone else ain't gonna handle with care, ain't gonna do what they're supposed to do, you're better off doing it yourself, my G. Because just like that silly little hick in Goodfellas, whoever the fuck this was from the label booked. And then, you know, the crazy thing is they're gonna, I'm sure, be charged or caught up in the mix some way as well. I mean, if you're booking all these flights and getting rental cars and doing all this stuff when you've been instructed, hey, don't do it this way. You know what I mean? This is a touchy situation. I don't know if it's in, the federal documents that they have some kind of transcription or something, you know what I mean? That Durk was letting it be known that a crime was going on, something clandestine or something like that. But if they knew and they went ahead and did it anyways, I feel like they could be charged as well, unless they flip too and are cooperating with the feds. You know what I mean? But I think it says in the paperwork, I think it names who did this, but whoever did it, it was sloppy as fuck. Kia Shine's on point. This is something right out of Goodfellas. And yo, anyone who watched Goodfellas, man, did you ever look into the real life story of Henry Hill? Did you ever watch him on Howard Stern? Did you ever hear about the fucked up ish that happened to him? Like, you talk about a movie being glamorized or Hollywoodized or extras put on it, man. They made Ray Liotta made Henry Hill look a million times smoother and cooler and more GQ than the real life Henry Hill, unless Henry used to be on some different type ish and got all flucked up and de-rugged out and everything, and that was just wear and tear that we saw on him. But it seemed like he hated himself, man. He got his kids took from him. I don't think Karen ever talked to him again. Like, shit went bad for him, man. But there you have it, man. The devil is in the details, and it's so crazy to think that someone that was involved in some felonious behavior like this, capital punishment type case, did something in such a way to lead the trail right back to OTF, Lil Durk, and the rest of them. Is crazy. Hit the comments. Let me know what you think. Sub up to the channel. Stay tuned for updates. It's Coffee. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.